When did you realize that playing dumb was the only way to survive? When my stepdad started asking me weird questions about my inheritance? My dad died when I was 16. Cancer took him in 3 months. He left me $200,000 in a trust fund I couldn't touch until I turned 21. It was his way of making sure I'd be okay, even when he couldn't be there anymore. Mom remarried when I was 20. This guy Howard, 6 months and they were married. Felt fast, but whatever. She was lonely, and he seemed nice enough at first. Howard was actually cool initially, helped with homework, taught me to change a tire. He'd make elaborate Sunday breakfasts, and always remembered I liked oat milk in my coffee. Mom glowed around him. After watching her grieve for 4 years, seeing her laugh again felt like breathing after drowning. Howard's so good with money, honey. Turned his whole construction business around. We're lucky to have him, but as my 21st birthday crept closer, something shifted. Howard started asking questions. Casual at first, then hungry. He'd lean forward at dinner, eyes bright. Started talking about my trust fund constantly. How it was just sitting there, earning pathetic interest. How his crypto friends turned thousands into millions. How I should let him help when I got access. The way he said, when you get access, like he was already counting bills in his head. Then came the Tuesday that changed everything. I'd left work early with a migraine, came home through the back door. Howard was in the garage on his phone, door cracked open. His voice carried perfectly. He was talking about the girl's money coming through next month. 200,000, split 50-50 once I signed papers. My stomach dropped, then the next part lit a fire in me I didn't know existed. She's not that bright. It'll be easy. Kid barely passed high school math. Can barely balance a checkbook. I stood there shaking. Not from fear, from pure, white-hot rage. This man who'd walked me down the aisle at my aunt's wedding when I didn't have a dad to do it, he thought I was stupid. That's when I realized he didn't marry my mom for love. He married her to get access to my inheritance. If he thought I was dumb, I'd be the dumbest blonde he'd ever met. Math is like so confusing, I'd whine at dinner, twirling my hair. All those numbers make my brain hurt. Maybe you should just handle everything for me when I get dad's money? You're like so smart with investments and stuff. Howard got more and more confident. Started bringing home these investment opportunities that were obviously pyramid schemes. Even brought his sketchy business partner Ron over for dinner to explain why I should sign over control of my trust to them. See, what you want to do is diversify your portfolio, Ron would say, spreading out fake documents on our kitchen table. Howard and I got this offshore cryptocurrency mining operation going. Guaranteed 30% returns, monthly. Government can't touch it. I'd nod along, twirling my hair. Wow, 30%? That's like a lot, right? I'm so lucky to have you guys looking out for me. Meanwhile, I was taking night classes at the community college, financial planning, business law, paying cash, so there'd be no paper trail. I researched every single investment they showed me. Everything was either a scam, pyramid scheme, or flat out illegal. The closer we got to my birthday, the more aggressive they became. Howard started talking about how I should move the money immediately, how the bank was ripping me off. He even suggested I give him power of attorney to make things easier. 3 days before my birthday, I heard him on another call. He was in the bedroom, thought I was in the shower. But I turned off the water, pressed my ear to the door. He was talking about forging my signature if I wouldn't cooperate. Kids too stupid to even notice her money's gone until it's too late. My hands were shaking so bad I could barely hold my phone steady to record him. On my 21st birthday, I told Howard I had an emergency dentist appointment. Held my jaw, winced. Wisdom teeth. Might be gone all day. Instead, I drove straight to the bank, alone. Transferred everything to a new account at a different bank across town. The manager, bless her, didn't ask questions when I said I needed complete privacy from family. Then I drove to the airport. One-way ticket to Sydney, Australia. My acceptance letter from the University of Sydney was folded in my carry-on. Turned out my barely passing grades were good enough for their finance program. Full scholarship too. I left Howard a note on my pillow. Thanks for teaching me that some people will do anything for money. Also, thanks for underestimating me so badly. P.S. I'm majoring in finance at Sydney University. Turns out I'm not as dumb as you thought. Tell Ron his offshore cryptocurrency investments are actually called wire fraud. The FBI takes that pretty seriously. Hope the 30% returns were worth it. Mom called 2 hours after takeoff, sobbing so hard I could barely understand her. Howard had vanished the moment he found my note. Cleaned out their joint savings. Left her with nothing but the mortgage and shattered trust. Sometimes the best defense is letting people think you're stupid while you're actually planning their downfall from 10 steps ahead.